Thank you, Michael. I'm fine. My family is all healthy. I have three children in college, and they've all come back. One is graduating from university, and we're working from home like everyone else. And, um, 2020 is a very uncertain time, but we're much optimistic for 2021 and beyond.
It's a very unique situation you are in because on the one side, the league is suspended, but on the other side, your stadium construction is going full speed ahead.
Yes, we've been very fortunate that our governor here in Ohio has done a tremendous job and was one of the first to shut things down, but has recognized that construction can be done safely for the workers, working very closely with the unions in terms of work conditions, and that has allowed the stadium construction to continue. We will open in the spring of 21. But obviously this 2020 season, like most of the sports world, very uncertain.
How are you dealing with the lack of incoming cash? I mean, there's no ticket sales, obviously. I don't know how the situation is with you and the TV money. On the other side, you have a lot of expenses because of the construction. So how do you face these challenges?
They're quite a challenge. We have tremendous owners. That is a blessing. Carl Lindner and his family, Meg Whitman and her family, Scott Farmer and our entire ownership group have been tremendously supportive of the project. Our focus is on the long-term investment and what we're bringing to Cincinnati in the world sport. So we've not furloughed any staff, any full-time staff. We have taken pay reductions, starting with me, and then down through the higher level of the organization. We continue to spend our capital dollars with respect to the stadium, owner money, and working with our government partners on some of the infrastructure funding we receive to ensure that that continues. Again, capital dollars. We have not applied for any of the federal help. We think that that help is most appropriate for really small businesses. So while we continue to pay our 88 staff, the challenge has been, as you noted, tremendous. Given we have no revenue in Major League Soccer here in the U.S., about 90 to 95% of revenue is gate related, whether that be through ticket sales or concessions, parking, or of course sponsorship direct to the match. So losing almost all of your revenue, we haven't had a home match since last September because we started with 2 matches on the road before the shutdown. Is enormously difficult, but thanks to our owners, we continue to work from home and prepare for eventually when 2020 begins back. But then the bigger focus, of course, is 2021 in our new West End Stadium, which we started selling seats for just this week.
As you know, coming weekend, the German Soccer League will resume playing. And we are all discussing about how the future will look like when people are allowed to go back into stadiums. What do you think?
We're interested, of course, to watch what happens in Germany. I think we believe that there's 3 phases that we are preparing for. One is for the 2020 season when it resumes. The next is 2021, which could still be different. And then, of course, 2022 and beyond, where some of things that we learned during this period must be a part of the long term. In the short term, I think we're assuming we play with no fans once we come back initially into the summer and fall. Maybe as we move into the fall, you start bringing back small groups of fans, partial season ticket holders. We think that that is possible. The likelihood, of course, no full stadiums in 2020. We had 20,000 season ticket holders, third highest attendance, 27,000 in 2019. So this will be a challenge for our fan base, but it's what we will do. 2021, we are preparing to operate the stadium differently as we would have to do in 2020. Things like concessions, restrooms, ingress, egress, all of those things are being incorporated into our plans for the new stadium. That could also include, as we are building the stadium, maybe things are touchless in the restrooms, touchless maybe at concessions. Maybe people are placing their orders and then being told on their phone when to come get it, so there's no lines at the concession stand. All of those things we think are now a part of how we must operate our stadiums.
I had a very interesting conversation with a stadium architect from Spain last week, and he exactly mentioned what you just said. One very important thing will be the touching of things. So I will send you the paper, his paper. So maybe
I've read it.
To prepare for the future, right?
Yes, I mean our architect is with Populous and obviously very experienced sports stadium architects. And so we just think that that's a part of the commitment we must make to our fans to ensure we do everything we can in support of public health and to provide the safest environment possible to allow them to come and enjoy soccer matches here in Cincinnati.
Every year there is a new soccer stadium coming up into the US, and the new one is better than the one from last year. So tell me, what will be your unique feature and why will be the new Cincinnati Stadium the best soccer stadium in the world?
Well, I think in the US we will be, I think, maybe only the second to have a roof that completely covers all seats in the stadium. The seats 26,000, second, maybe first largest soccer specific stadium in the United States, with LA Galaxy. The most premium seating by a lot, 4,500 club seats, 56 private suites. Certainly give us an opportunity at prices comparable to National Football League, American football, to have the resources to invest in players that can bring championships to Cincinnati. And then we also have an exterior with LED lights that run the entire length of the stadium, the east side of the stadium. So we can do some very unusual things with lighting, both from a club standpoint as well as sponsor, that we think is enormously unique and exciting.
Seems I have to make my trip to Cincinnati very soon.
You will have to, Michael. It's going to be one of a kind. And the stadium, we have a new website, westendstadium.com. You can do virtual tours of the stadium, see renderings. We do think it's quite unique, and we're very excited to show it off.
You know, another topic which is on the table every day is the fan engagement, you know, but obviously we were all thinking it's the fan engagement within the venue. So what did the club do now in this difficult time to keep the fans close, although there are not many news about the team or the games?
Yes, it's been very challenging, and it's required, I think, some very good work from our communication staff and our players. Our players have taken to social media and a lot of the content that we are producing. Things on Wednesdays, we have a workout with all the players where a player will do their home workouts so that fans can watch and maybe learn so they can do in their own home. We have the players reading books to kids that you can sign on at a regular time each week to have the players read, trivia contests for the fans, of course, showing old matches, classic matches like our Open Cup run, our first MLS win, things of that nature on the broadcast side, where we do a second screen digitally. So you can listen to the players talk about some of the plays as it's going on as a part of the look back. And additionally, we're pretty involved in the community where with masks and gloves, we have players and staff delivering food to some of the schools where the kids are no longer getting their meals at school, as well as to senior citizen centers to try to improve quality of life throughout Cincinnati. So we've stayed engaged, obviously not the way that you would hope. You would hope you're engaged through your matches and through a brilliant match experience. But at these times, you pivot and you continue to support the community.
And of course, you have the exciting news of the stadium, like the very nice produced video you published last week about the premium options within the venue.
Yes, we pivot now to talking about 2021. With us being work from home for 8 weeks now, I think everyone is looking for hope and optimism to the future. And for us, it's very tangible that future involves this brilliant new stadium. And as we said, construction has kept us on track for spring of 21. And we're excited to begin to show off some of the hard work that's been done. Our owners are making an investment, $250 million in this stadium. So it's great that our fans get to see the future home for FC Cincinnati and begin to sign up for their seats.